Hello, I am here live today to talk about riff off of this week's blog. So this week's blog, we had 3 ways to make selling Pilates easier for you. And they were all pretty much free ways you could do something to sell Pilates with you. And I feel really strongly about when you're building your business as a Pilates instructor, minimizing your risk in spending money on marketing, because you don't necessarily always have to. If you own a studio and you're starting out, then there's going to be some marketing expenses. But if you are an instructor who's starting out and you're renting space or you're working for someone, there is a lot you can do that is free. And if you own a studio, there's a lot that you can do that is free. And so one of the things that I want to make sure that you understand, so please do read the blog, and I'll put the link in there, and because this is not all in there. This is a little bit more of a digression that goes along with it. One of the things you can do is looking at your website and what your website is advertising. So if it's advertising Pilates, yay, that's amazing. But is it clear to the person who's looking at your website if what they're looking for as a Pilates experience is what you are offering as a Pilates experience? If someone's looking for classes and you're advertising privates, but you really want to be but you have tons of classes on your schedule, then there's a disconnect, right? They're going to think that you're not the studio for them. If you are a private-based studio and all that I see when I come on your site is all the different class offerings and class packages, but you mostly deal with privates, you only have a few classes on your site and you want to be known for privates, then again, there's a disconnect. And someone who's looking for privates, I'm going to think this isn't the space for me. I don't want classes. So take a look at your website and look at it from a perspective of your potential ideal client. And are they just learning about what Pilates is, or are they learning what Pilates is with you? Okay, so that's really important. So that way, if a client isn't looking for you, that they don't continue to go through your studio and take a session, because again, if they're not your ideal client, you don't want them anyways, right? Second, look at your about page, right? Get really descriptive. Your about page should be a letter to your ideal client. When I read that, I should be really clear on who you are as a teacher, what you are as a studio, what you have to offer, what I'm going to experience when I go there. It doesn't need to be all about Joseph Pilates and the history of him. I love him. Please, I don't need to be, I really adore him and I quote him all the time. However, when it comes to clients understanding what Pilates is like with me, it's really important that they know who I am as a Pilates instructor, right? Who are you as a Pilates instructor? What are you offering as a studio? What kind of benefits am I going to get when I work with you? Look at your list of services. Is it super clear on what you're offering? Are there too many options? Like that can be too much. Simply have a couple options up there for them. What do you want them to buy? If you want clients to do privates before they do classes, then only advertise them the privates up at the top, because that's what you want them to do before they do classes. Make it really clear. You don't need to have 10 different package options. A few will do, right? They can experience more. You can even say, we have more options when you come into the studio. We'll discuss it. So these are 3 things you can do to make sure you're attracting your ideal client and making it easier for you to sell Pilates. Because guess what? If your ideal client goes to your website, reads it, and goes, oh my God, this is the place for me. This is the studio for me. This is the teacher for me. When they come in for that first session, most of the deal is done. You just have to show them an awesome time in your studio, and then they'll pay for it. But if your website is offering or is not clear, then non-ideal clients are going to find you. And then when they come to your studio, you're going to have a much harder time selling Pilates, because well, you're not really for them and you're not what they were expecting. So you can't sell someone something they weren't looking for or wanting, right? Wanting is more specific. So I'm really excited for you. I hope you check out your website and see what it's like from a client's perspective. Make some simple tweaks so that you're advertising to your ideal client, and off you go. For more information, I have a blog on my site, profitablepilates.com. If you have questions, Leslie, Lesley at profitablepilates.com. And coming up, if you are watching this, we've got a webinar in just 2 weeks, but we always have a webinar coming up. Their topics change, but this next webinar is on converting first-time clients. So it's kind of perfect for what we're doing. You can sign up on my website, profitablepilates.com, and click webinars, but I'll also put the link in the notes here. All right, thank you so much, and I hope to chat with you more soon. Bye.